Hey folks, good evening. I just wanted to share something. I'm a little excited. It may not be much to you, but for those of you that have trees in your property, and you're considering pruning some of the limbs, some of the twigs, well, what I used to do, I have a pruner, handheld, and I would happy in the beginning, just cutting what I could reach. Um, I do have a chainsaw, which is the long extension type, which I used last summer a couple of times, but not with the extension. I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable right now with that. But what I did enjoy doing last summer and during the spring. During particular breaks during my work hour, we're working from home, doing what we can in terms of getting the job done and what we could do around the house. I had that luxury due to a health issue. Um, it may have not been the best way to word it, but it worked out for me. I went online and I purchased this double-sided chainsaw, a handheld chainsaw with it comes with two long length strings or cables. I just want to show it to you. I really enjoyed using it. So this is the way it looks. It's two-sided. Both of them come with these long strings, pretty strong. They're connected to both ends of this chainsaw. The cool thing about this chainsaw blade is that it's double-sided. So that's the one I opted to buy. It wasn't expensive, but the thing is that when you throw it over a limb and you get it over the limb, if you only have a one-sided one, you got to figure out and struggle to get the bladed side on the limb, and it's counterproductive to the purpose of why you bought this, especially when you're trying to cut limbs which you cannot reach even with a ladder. Now the cool thing about this is that one end of this side is connected to a little pouch. There's a little pouch that comes with the set. Most of them do have it, but I opted to get the Pocket Tech a little over a year ago, and most of them do come with a little bag. It's a throwing weight. You see, you connect this end to one of the ends of the cable. You put a small rock or a small weight inside the bag. See, you put a small rock, and you close it with a Velcro that's sewn inside. And the cool thing about this is that you throw it, and if you have a good pitch, you're able to go over a particular limb, and the one side that's connected to the string, you're able to pull down until you ultimately actually pull this chainsaw blade over that limb. Okay? So I was happy for a while using it, but I have a very narrow backyard with these tree trees that are thriving. They're really growing, and to keep throwing this weight all the way up there, I'm not a great pitcher. All right, so I spent quite a while to get that throwing weight over the particular limb. After multi tries, by the time it got over and I started pulling it, even though that's the fun part about it, sewing that limb, and you got to sew it in a way that limb doesn't fall on you. By the way, I did buy a helmet just in case, but you got to sew it and then have an idea on how that limb is going to form, and make sure that it doesn't fall on you nor on your neighbor's property. So I said, this is getting too much. There must be a better way. Anyway, after trying several ideas and so on, this one actually worked for me today. And what I did was I purchased a slingshot. Purchased a slingshot to use for good and not for evil. So I got this slingshot. So I figure, instead of using this big bag, because I did try the bag, it was just too cumbersome and you just getting caught here in between. So what worked for me was I got some, eventually after trying different types of strings, what worked for me this morning was a twine string that I bought at a hardware store. And I want to show you what I did. I was thinking of tying it, because I tried small rocks, and I tried this Gorilla Glue and with a slingshot, and the rock would go over the limb that I was aiming at. You know, it was really cool, but the string wouldn't stay. Even I tried always to super glue it and tie it, but I thought, well, maybe I could make a hole in the rock. And then after thinking about it, well, maybe there's something around my messy multitask man cave here that I could use. So I was looking for a heavy nut. Something told me to think about a nut. And what I did see was, wow, wait a minute. And I had a bag of these, you know, these wrench nuggets or whatever you call them. And I tie it to the twine, and then I tied the twine to the string that came with the double-sided bladed chainsaw. And my Lord, I shot that, and I got the limb that I wanted. It went right over. I was able to pull up the chainsaw. And I'm able to reach higher limbs with a pretty precise, I must say, a pretty precise aim, you know, and it really worked for me. So I thought I'd shoot that out there. And some of you might be struggling it. Those of you that do have this device, double-sided or one-sided handsaw thing, but you're spending quite a long time to get that throwing weight right over, your arm is getting tired. Give this a try. This worked out very well for me this morning. I'm pretty excited about it, and I thought I'd share that with you. Okay, this is Jeff Cortez from the Boogie Down Bronx saying hi, and have a good night. Bye-bye.